sunscreen. It just makes it look more like your skin. I do like it. Matte primer. I recently bought this. Hi! Hello, and welcome to the highly anticipated everyday makeup. Who is it highly anticipated for? That's right, no one. Anyways, I mentioned a couple of vlogs ago that I've been buying a lot of makeup and I wanted to do an everyday makeup video just to show how I've been using the products, how I've been liking them. So here it is. Like I said, highly anticipated for no one except me. Anyway, so we start with moisturizing and sunscreen. It's really hard for me to find an SPF that doesn't make my skin oily because I'm already very oily. If I look down, my mirror is right here. So just so you know, gotta get the neck as well. And next we have e.l.f.'s Power Grip Matte Primer. I recently bought this. Okay, so I wasn't using a primer for the longest time because I felt like it didn't really do much except make my face oily. But I've been watching a lot of TikToks and makeup tutorials on there, and they're like, you need a primer, you need a primer. So this is the primer that I've been using. It's nice. It does, well, I wouldn't say it mattifies my skin that much, but I do think that it makes my skin look smoother. And if I do look a little bit shiny, I feel like it's more like a glow. It's not really like a greasy mess. And if I do look like a greasy mess, I'll show you what I use in a little bit. I'll show you what I use to combat that. Next, for my foundation, I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster for Radiant Skin. I like it. It does the job. I don't like looking cakey. I hate foundation that just feels cakey and gross on my face, so I've been using this. And it's just easy. And I also started putting my foundation on with a brush. This is the Morphe foundation brush, M103. I usually have always used a sponge, but I see everyone raving about how it looks better with a brush, and I feel like they're right. It just makes it look more like your skin. I'm not sure, but I do like it. Plus, then I don't have to go and dampen my sponge, which I get really lazy. Now this is, I wouldn't say it's full coverage. It's like medium. Not even, honestly, but like I said, I like foundation that doesn't feel heavy and cakey. And I like this one. It hasn't broke me out. I've been using it for a couple of months now. Before, I used to use the Fenty skin tint, and that one started to feel cakey for me after a while. So now I hope the lighting is good. My mirror has a light on it, and I hope that it's not making, I know it's coming from under, but I hope you're able to see what I'm doing. Okay, the lighting in this room is absolute trash, so hopefully, you know, you're able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so next, after foundation, I like to contour, and I've been using this Sephora 78 brush, and to contour, I'm using this Milk contour stick. It's called a Sculpt Stick in Stoked. I'm almost out. I need to buy a new one, but I do love to use this for a contour, so I just pack it on the brush, and then right on the contours of my cheek, I just dab it in. See? Now we looking snatched. Anyway, and I also like to contour my nose. I just take like the corner of the brush or the very edge of the brush and just dab it on the sides of my nose so that we can make it look a little tinier. Okay, now that we have contoured, I like to go in and bronze the skin, and for that I have been using Rare Beauty's Happy Soul bronzer stick. I've been using this for a while. I think this is like my third one. And right above where we contoured, I just like to go in and bronze the skin, because contour and bronzing are two different things, just so you know. So then this time I do go in with my sponge and just blend that out. Oh, I forgot my forehead. I already have a really tiny forehead, so I don't really need to bronze or contour, but just to make it all balanced, I do put a little bit. For blush, my favorite part, I've been using this new e.l.f. Morphe. I've been using this new Morphe, it's a 3-in-1 silk blush in the shade Hypnotized. I've been really liking it. Before that I was using, what is it called? Velvet Teddy or something with a teddy bear. The Road blush. And I feel like I love the color, but it doesn't stay on. And I know it's like a pocket blush, you're supposed to take it everywhere, but I don't want to be reapplying. The only thing I want to do is carry around like a pressed powder to just like blot my face. And I feel like this really stays. It's amazing. And I use my finger because it's like a creamy, almost like, I don't really know. You can see the inside, it's like swirled with something else. But I really like it. And yeah, I will apply more later before I'm done. Now for concealer, I just started using the Tower 28, what is this called? Serum Concealer. I'm not sure the name of it, but I will have the information here or here. This is the concealer I've been using. Now for my concealer, I recently just learned that if you struggle with creasing, one second while I find my brush. So I learned with concealer that if you struggle with creasing under your eyes, it's best to put the concealer on your hand, then you dip your brush. This is in, everything is off. This is the Flawless Concealer brush by e.l.f. You can't see anything, but it's the Flawless Concealer by e.l.f. I'll put a picture right here. Got it at Target. And you just dip your brush in it and then lightly tap under your eyes and really work the product in. And I like to lift it up so that we have that snatched look. And the key is not to overdo it. Don't overdo it, because if you have too much product, obviously it's gonna crease. Need a little more for my other eye. Oh, and then if I'm just doing like the rest of my face, I'll go in with the wand itself. Around the nose and then under my contour. But let's go continue with the other eye. Ooh, that's a lot. I also like to put a little bit on the center of my nose, like right down the bridge, and a little bit on my forehead just to brighten up that side. But with these, I just use my sponge. Thankfully, my skin has been really cooperating with me, because lately, like, I've been getting a lot of breakouts around my chin, but right now I don't have any. Knock on wood. I am starting my period next week though, so I really hope I don't break out, because that's the time I do. like I was saying, I like to put some on the bridge of my nose and on my forehead just to highlight that area. Okay, so now that we have finished with all of the cream products, it is time to go in with powder. Just to go over the bronzing, I have this Fenty Beauty. It is Destroyed. This is like the 10th one that I've got, and honestly, every single time it breaks. Don't look at that. I need to buy another one, but every time this thing breaks, I don't know, Brianna, you gotta fix the packaging because every single time this thing is breaking on me. So I like to just go over where I bronzed. Oh, and I use this Sigma small contour brush. It's called the F05. Tap off any excess and then just go right where I bronze and contoured. Then for blush, now, okay, don't clock me on this, but for blush, I've been using this, I don't even know what brand this is. This is so old. But just to top it off, it's the New Year's Eve Decked Out. Oh wait, those are the names of the blushes. Actually, I used Mistletoe. This, just to go over it, I really don't know the brand. I got this such a long time ago. And it's probably expired, but oh, it just broke. Oh, it's from Tarte. Okay, wow. Okay, this is a Tarte stackable blush thing. It comes with a highlighter and 2 blushes. I've been using Mistletoe for the longest time just to go ahead and set the blush that I put on. And there you go. Yes, I put on too much, but everyone else does as well. Okay, now to set. I use the translucent mini bacon set. Well, this is the mini one, but the bacon set Morphe powder. I used to use Anastasia, but I don't know what made me buy this, and I use it with the little puff. So what I do, I put it on the little puff thing and then tap it down in my hand because I don't want to cake up my under eye and then have it all crease. And then we go in and set everything. Forehead, and then just to kind of like blend everything in, I use this large powder brush by Sigma. It's that F30. And just to blend that out a little bit so it doesn't have that harsh line. And that's pretty much my base. I don't really do a lot. I like to set it right now, and I use the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. I used to use the Milani one, but that thing was breaking me out. I finally figured out what was breaking me out, and it was the Milani setting spray. Even the mist. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so now that we're done with the base, I am one of the only people I feel like that does their... I feel like I'm so overexposed with this light, but whatever. I'll show you the finished product in the bathroom. There's better lighting. But now that I'm done with my base, I like to go in... Oh, what was I saying? I'm one of the only people that does their eyebrows and lashes last. I don't know, that's always how I've done it. A lot of people do their eyebrows first in their routine. I do it last. But before I do that, I like to put on my lip stain. This is by Sashu Beauty. I got it off TikTok. This is the lip liner stain in the shade Mauve. I like to put this on as a liner. And yes, I overdraw. And I just like to let this sit while I do the rest of my face. Okay, so like I said, I let that sit. While we let that sit, I do my eyebrows. So for the laminated look, I use the brow gel that I use. It's called the Brow Laminating Gel by e.l.f. I use a lot of e.l.f. They're cheap and they get the job done. So I just then then I like to brush them up. It comes with a little brush on the end. I brush them up, and then I kind of brush them to the side. Kind of like that. And once they're set, I go in and fill in my brows with the Milani Weekend Brow Tint in the shade Espresso. I really don't have a lot of brow hair, so I need to draw them in. I just go in with like light strokes, and yeah, they're pretty much done. I also like to go in with my concealer afterwards and just carve them out. Sorry if you hear me coughing, I'm still getting over my sickness. To carve out my eyebrow, I use my concealer. Again, I dab it on the back of my hand, and I like to use this dual-ended brush from Urban Decay. It came it came in the Naked 3 palette. So I use this flat side, dip it into the concealer, and just carve out the bottom of my eyebrows, obviously. And then there's like a fluffier side. I just tap it out with the fluffier side. And there you go, now it's carved out. And finally, it's time for mascara. And for mascara, I use the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. I like it. It curls my lashes. I just wish it added more length. I was using the Milani tubing mascara before, and that one really added length. I just didn't like how it would dry up so quickly. The tube itself, I don't know, like with tubing mascaras, I feel like you really don't get the effect after opening it for a while. I don't know, like the formula inside needs to get air in it, and then it finally starts working, but then it dries up quickly too. So I was like, let me try another mascara. So this one, I like the curl. I just wish that it added length. Okay, so now that we're pretty much done with the base and the eyes, I peel this off. It can be really annoying. And now you just have a lip stain. I like this shade because it's very similar to my natural lip color. Sometimes I have to go and clean it up with a Q-tip, so give me a second. Okay, so now that we have cleaned it up, you should have a nice color. I like to go in with this MAC pencil. It's the color Rubbed Off. Oh, Soar. That's right. This is my absolute favorite lip pencil from MAC, Soar. I'm sure you've heard it before, but I just like to go in over the tint. And now we use some gloss. This is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Sesame. I love this. This is like my third tube, I think. It's just a great everyday color and adds a lot of shine. And that's pretty much it. I like to go in again just to set everything. And like I said before, if I do get oily or cakey throughout the day, I like to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder Filter in the shade Claire Neutral. I think that's the shade. I don't know, but I'll just use the puff. I'll leave this in my purse and I'll use a puff and put it on any areas that I'm looking extra shiny. And it leaves a nice skin-like finish. I love it. I have come into the bathroom to show you the final look because the lighting in my room sucks. I could have filmed in here, but I would have had to bring a chair in here and I didn't want to do that because I'm lazy. But this is the final look. And this is what I do every day. Well, Not every day, mostly on the weekends. When I go to work, it's so early in the morning that I don't put foundation. I just mainly use concealer, but it does the trick. Hopefully you liked the video. I know I've been saying that I was gonna do this for a while. And yeah, please subscribe, comment on your favorite makeup product. Like, what do you like the best? I think for me, I like blush right now. Blush, I think everyone does, but what is your favorite makeup product? What is your favorite step in your makeup routine? And look out for more videos. Bye.